Now, she's giving him a taste of real life.
People are doing all sorts of nasty things in the privacy of their homes.
He only thought existed.
Seems unfair we shouldn't get a peek at it, right?
In his wildest fantasies.
Sounds to me like that chick's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Violent, man. She plays these tricks on me, you know? Well, she tries to get inside my mind.
There's no better way to get to know somebody than to, catch them in their unguarded moments.
Do you ever think that if you got a real TV set that you wouldn't feel the need to go around playing out all these adventures?
Because I lead a life of adventure, I don't need a TV set.
You're gonna tell us where to find the girl.
Sometimes love
You're actually in a load of trouble.
is stranger than fiction.
I managed to bring out the rock star in you.
Thank you.
Lucy Liu,
Yes! Going out, getting to know each other. We're finding out about each other.
Cillian Murphy,
What are you doing to me, Violet? Why are you doing this?
watching the detectives.
I want you to be very careful with my phone number.
Sure, I'll memorize the number and eat the paper.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's scented notepaper. You'd be better off flushing it down the toilet.
Okay, I actually wasn't going to do that, but sure, I'll flush it.
Watching the Detectives was the first time Paul Soter directed a movie, and as we all know, he is a member of the Broken Lizard comedy troupe, so he helped write and star in Super Troopers and Beer Fest, both excellent movies. Okay, so I thought Watching the Detectives was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Lucy Liu is a riot in this. She's hilarious. One of my favorite scenes with her is when she kind of cons Neil into going on a date with her, and she gets there early and brings all the glasses, empty glasses from other tables onto her table and acts belligerently drunk. And she just wants to see what kind of man Neil is. So she tries to insinuate that she would like to go home with him right away, and he doesn't. So he passes her test right off the bat. How about you guys? What were some of your favorite things about the film?
Favorite things about the film was I liked how bubbly and energetic and unpredictable Lucy Liu's character was. I mean, she was I can really relate to Cillian Murphy's character. I love movies. I love doing from time to time the nerdy computer stuff. Yeah, I don't mind staying inside and whatnot, and then just have this person introduce nothing but action and keep on going, and the fear of being bored. And it would be just crazy type of change of my life, and I thought it was really cool. The movie was funny. It kept me watching throughout the whole thing. You never really were sure if Lucy Liu's character was being serious or not throughout the whole thing, and I think that's what really kept the momentum going with the whole film.
Yeah, I went through just an absolute roller coaster of emotions from this movie because leading into it, I'm going to be honest, Jenna, when I realized you had picked a movie called Watching the Detectives and I read into it a little bit.
Probably
I thought,
never heard of it.
Boy, this isn't my cup of tea, but it turned out to be a pretty good movie. And I've only seen Lucy Liu a couple times in a few movies, and this was my favorite portrayal of her as a character. I mean, she was so cute and so sexy all at the same time. I absolutely fell in love with her. I mean, I was in love with the character that Lucy Liu was, Violet, by the end of that movie, and I was putting myself in the position of Neil and being like, I'd put up with this. And this is totally fine. And her legs, amazing. And the director did a great job of capturing her legs as many times as he could.
She was absolutely hilarious. Another favorite scene of mine with her was when they go on their picnic together and some of his friends come to meet her, and she steals a whole picnic basket from a family of 4 when they're out by a pond or something, and then just tells the people that it's hers, that this is her picnic table or picnic basket, and she's like, well, I'd like to say I made everything, and then she just kind of lets that sentence go. So she didn't really lie, but she never told them this was not her picnic basket, and I just thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought Cillian Murphy also did a good job as the lead role. I could only picture him as Scarecrow from Batman Begins when the movie started, which was actually a really good thing, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's awesome. But then as the movie went on, he started to remind me a little bit more and more of Justin Long, which was a thumbs down for me. So that's what I'm talking about, this roller coaster of emotions. But I did like his character in the lead, but I wish he would have been more of a Scarecrow type.
Yeah, now that you say that about Justin Long, I completely see it, and I wish I didn't, because I agree with you about it's kind of a thumbs down. But how
sweet was Gumshoe Video? Sure, I could see you working at Gumshoe.
Yeah, I could work at a Gumshoe Video.
That'd be perfect.
It was really cool, just spend your time, getting paid to just watch movies and be like, oh yeah, the 1950s version of this is so much better than the 1990s version. You know, like if I were like watching videos all day, like I could probably fit that role. You know.
Funniest scene for me, I'm going to jump over real quick. I want to say my funniest scene, when he thinks he's completely broken up with Violet and it's all over, and he's just living his life and he can't stop crying no matter what, which I would feel the same if Violet left my life.
That's very
and
true.
he's in the softball game, and he's at the plate crying, he gets a base hit, wraps it around into a triple, crying the whole way, slides in, clearly out.
Blatantly
the third
out.
baseman looks at the umpire who's right there in perfect position, and the ump just goes, safe, because he feels so bad for this guy. I laughed out loud when that happened.
Yeah.
I LOL'd.
Another excellent scene of Neil's is when he is going to meet his girlfriend to actually break up with her, and he tips or asks the waiter to spill water on her and see how it goes. And so she spills the water and she freaks out and then realizes that she's being spied on, and she freaks out at him also. He says, "Oh, don't worry, it's you, not me." But we're going to go now to Perfect Pets.
Meet Milano, a 7-year-old male domestic medium-haired cat. He's very friendly, easygoing, and would love a new lap to keep warm. Here's Otis, a 1-year-old potty-trained male lab border collie mix. He's very intelligent, well-behaved, and wants to show off his new tricks. Cue the bells, it's Angel. She's a sweet, gentle 6-year-old poodle. She loves to cuddle, is very laid back, and wants to share her smile with everyone.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. Welcome back into Screening Room. Our final movie today is the classic sports adventure and triumph, Rudy. Directed in 1993 by David Anspaugh and starring Sean Astin of Goonies fame, this is a true life account of the life of Daniel Rudy Rudiker. Rudy had dreams of playing for Notre Dame from the time he was a young boy, but as he grew up, it became more and more obvious to all those around him he had absolutely no chance. That would not stop Rudy. This is the first movie actually shot on the Notre Dame campus since the 1940 movie Knute Rockne All-American, and the last that's been shot on Notre Dame's campus. Rudy grew up in Joliet, Illinois, and the movie begins flashing back to his childhood. He's suffering all kinds of setbacks already at this point of his life. It's very obvious he loves Notre Dame football. He's got a very close friend named Pete, but he has an absolutely troubled relationship with his older brother and a strained relationship with his father as well. As the movie moves along to high school, Rudy's developed into the heart and soul of the football team, but it's still very obvious based on his athletic ability, his size, and his lack of academic ability, he's got no shot to make it at Notre Dame. He settles down, works at the mill with his father, but after 4 years go by and a tragic death of his best friend Pete, Rudy decides he's had enough. He's going to chase his dream. He's going to South Bend, Indiana, and he is going to run out of the tunnel on a Saturday for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. He needs some allies along the way, and he meets them when he arrives at Notre Dame. Before we get into this story any further, let's look at that trailer.
After high school, I'm going to play football at Notre Dame.
Chasing a stupid dream causes nothing but you and everyone around you heartache.
The problem with dreamers is they usually are not doers.
Are you fully aware of the sacrifices you're going to have to make?
It's the most beautiful campus in the world.
Having dreams is what makes life tolerable. Notre Dame is for rich kids, smart kids, great athletes. It's not for us.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to school here. And ever since I was a kid, everybody said it couldn't be done. I always listened to them, believed what they said. I don't want to do that anymore.
Hey, kid! Not supposed to be here.
Not everyone is meant to go to college.
I need your help.
Why should I help?
I just want to be a part of this university.
You're nuts.
a lot of people have been